Hey, what's going on? So in this video, we're going to look at the new X-Plane beta update 12.2.0. So if you haven't already downloaded this, go download it. You guys can just make sure when you go into the X-Plane updater that you click the little checkbox that says include beta updates. So here's a quick look at what is supposed to be included. X-Plane 12.2.0 beta 1 is ready. It looks like here's the things that they've updated. Dark cockpit fix is the #1 thing that people are probably looking for. We'll be taking a look at that. All new cloud rendering and scattering. I took a look at that already. You guys are gonna, you might like it, you might not like it. I think it looks fine. New tone mapping. Not sure exactly what they mean by that, but something graphical I can imagine. Enhanced atmospheric rendering, stability updates, enhancements to brakes. I didn't notice that, but maybe they did. ATC fixes. Did not look at that. Airport ground texture enhancements. I did look at a couple different airports inadvertently just because I happened to be flying to them. They did look pretty nice compared to like X-Plane 11. And then new gateway cut. I'm not really sure what that is, but let's go take a look at X-Plane 12. Let's go on a quick flight. So we can look around and kind of get an idea already. I'm at Charlevoix Municipal, which is in northern Michigan. They got new cloud textures. So what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of take a look around, go for a quick flight, see if X-Plane 12 even wants to work, see if I can take off in it for the whatever. Also, what do we got here? So one of the things that they said they did was that they updated the dark cockpit issue. Now, it looks like I've got some sunlight reflections here, so we'll see how that goes. The other thing that I did notice, let's go back to flight and then edit weight and balance. So if you come in here and you make your aircraft heavy, so if I throw a co-pilot and fuel, I've got full fuel, maybe I'll throw a passenger in here and a little bit of baggage. Like this, a lot of baggage. I'm going to make this thing as heavy as it can be, and we're going to call that good. So I'm going to apply those changes right now. One other thing we can do, let's look at the flight configuration, and we're going to go to weather. We're just going to get a few more clouds. Let's see if we can get something else on here. VFR broken, apply those changes, and gotta do a full reset there. It looks like a tornado off in the background. That's awesome. So what we're gonna do is just ensure that we have the weight and balance there. We're still heavy. And the idea behind this, because I think that these aircraft, every time I get into an aircraft, an X-Plane 12, and take off, I just kind of get upset and pissed off because they're super lightweight. All they want to do is take off the runway way early. So let's go to the aircraft configure. So normally I'm on FreeCaster, but I switched it over to the nose wheel, just so that you instead of steering with the brakes, then you steer with the rudder like you would with a normal aircraft. So I'm gonna submit that, and let's taxi out. I think everything's on, lights are on, flaps are up, and believe we're right about neutral for takeoff there. So let's get out of here. Go fly into a cloud. Actually, let me hit the brakes first. Give it a little brake. Just imagine that I looked left and right and made sure there was no traffic. It is X-Plane 12, for all I know. Maybe there would be some traffic, some artificial traffic flying around, right? So everything's good. I've already been through the run-up. Actually, I haven't, but let's go full throttle. At least I could stay on the runway for the most part. Hit that 70 knots. It's feeling pretty heavy. I'm flying at gross weight there. I'll try another one here. Let's try that again. There's a little airport just to the south of here called Torchport. I'm gonna see if I can fly in there. See how it goes. Just gonna look down at the. I mean, it's still dark, but it's also kind of a dark day out. I don't think turning on the cockpit lights is really going to help all that much there, but we'll try out a couple different aircraft as well in this video. But let's take off. Let's see how this goes. I'll try and get my rudder crap in order. 30. T's and P's are in the green. Could be better, could be worse. It definitely feels a little better if you weight it down. I probably don't need to weight it down quite as much. Might be a little bit windy out as well. It's still kind of dark considering they said, oh, we're going to have lighter cockpits. I guess it looks a little bit lighter for you guys, like in the recording. Let's check, let's see, flight configuration. I'm not sure if I can change weather on the fly. Let's find out. So, marginal VFR overcast. Let's see what that does for us. Uh-oh. Oop, looks like I can. It's definitely a crappy day to be flying. Doing some scud running. I'm pretty sure I'm just flat out in the cloud right now. Weather, so we're looking at weather, mostly weather. We're looking at the takeoff rolls. We're looking at, what do the clouds look like? Because they changed all that stuff. They also changed textures. I think in some of the airport areas, although I would never know exactly what they changed. Let's look at customize again. Overcast cumulus at 2,667, which is actually above where we're at, plus rain. Marginal VFR overcast. IFR non-precision. Let's see what happens here. Okay, that is definitely in the clouds, and I am sideways, so. Woo! Alright. Better get a good climb going on here. Full power, 10 degrees, nose down. Whew, this is rough. Okay, hit pause there for this one. Let's go back to, let's see, flight configuration. Let's go back to VFR broken. Apply changes. So let's see. Yeah, let's just apply those changes. Looks a little better. And just gonna continue flying in this. Pretty well headed towards the airport that I was going to, I believe. That car, I don't know. I'm not sure about that cockpit lighting. It does look better in the recording than it does on my monitor, actually. So it's like some lower clouds up ahead there. I don't know what to think about the clouds. It's kind of weird. It's like this weird layer of clouds up ahead. Let me know what you guys think. Throw me some comments down below. Let me know what you guys think of these clouds. I am 4 minutes from destination. So I'm just going to ride this out, and I guess we'll call it a day. I might check the Cessna 172. What are we at? 7.5 miles? Can't see anything. I guess you can kind of see down below. A little bit. That's Torch Lake, by the way, on the right side of me, if you guys can see that. A little bit of wind, not bad. VFR broken. VFR scattered. A little grass strip between Grand Traverse Bay and third notch of flaps there. Grand Traverse Bay and Torch Lake in northern Michigan. Traverse City is just to the south of here. A little bit of trivia. This is a grass strip in game, but they're actually paving. They're actually paving this runway. Hold on. Can log that as 2, right? I want to pull up the Cessna 172 and see if that looks any different. It doesn't look bad. It still looks dark while I'm looking at it on my monitor. It's actually dark. But in Like, that doesn't look bad on the recording. I'm looking over here on my other screen, and that's pretty light. Like, that's pretty well lit up. So my overall thoughts, I mean, it's a quick little update. They're moving into 12.2.0, so that's a pretty big update. That's a pretty big move from 12.0, where they've been for quite a while now. I'd say almost a year ago, if I remember correctly, is when they started loading out their 12.1 beta update. So overall, I think the clouds look fine. I really don't have any issues with them. Like the marginal area, I think you might be able to see through the cloud. I could see through the clouds. In IFR, you couldn't see through the cloud. Like I was all over the place. So I think we're fine on that. The way that the clouds actually look, like the textures, I went through a few of those. I think they look fine. I didn't have any issues with them. I think everything looks good. No issues. I can't wait to see what else they come up with. I still like X-Plane 11's flight characteristics better, but with 12, X-Plane 12, it probably is a little bit more real to life. You're going to get thrown around by a little bit of turbulence. There's going to be a little bit of wind. There's going to be, fighting things a little bit. You're going to be back and forth, but that's all I've got. I hope that you guys like what you see. If you guys are enjoying this kind of content, hit that like and subscribe button. I will see you guys in another video. Take care. Hey, if you haven't already done so, head over to EliteSimBuild.com, grab a copy of our home flight simulator resource guide. Do that thing where you click the button, give us your email address, and we will send you a copy of our simulator guides where you can get the resource list, the avionics reviews, a panel blueprint, so that way you guys can send that off to your panel guy, get all the parts and pieces that you need. You'll know exactly what software to pick up so you can get your Cessna 172 flight simulator built today.